It blows in with the fall breeze and is as constant and colorful as the changing leaves. It's a ritual for small towns, suburbs, and villages all across this land. It's a moment in time for the young, and glimpse back on better days for the rest. It's a game, wrapped in a pilgrimage back to the place it all began. It's a time to celebrate who we are and what we were, and the memories we make. But in the end, it's all about coming home to the spirit of Davison. Homecoming has been a tradition in American schools for as long as any of us can remember. But no one is exactly sure when it began. No two sources agree on which school had the actual first homecoming. Some say it began somewhere in the late 1800s, when schools invited previous graduates to home games. Others say it wasn't until after 1910, but regardless of when it started, it is a tradition that is woven into the fabric of our communities, and Davison is no different. When the 50s hit, schools across the nation started exploding with the idea of homecoming, consisting of a football game, a dance, and crowning a queen. The first record of Davison following this tradition was in the October of 1959. Facing off with Grand Blanc, the Cardinals fought on a muddy battlefield with all their hearts. Unfortunately, Davison did not become the victor, losing the game 0-26. Bernard Burley, who was the captain of the varsity football team for the first homecoming in 1959, says he remembers that day very well.
On Fridays during football season, all the varsity teams had these sweaters. I mean, you might see them in the annuals, but we had big D's, white sweaters with big D's on them, and you wore those. You wore those to school on Friday to kind of let people know that you were on the varsity football team. Memories like this is you can't ever forget the memories that you had through high school, because they are very good, and they've been in my life. I'm 73 years old, and they're still the fondest memories I've had in my life has been through high school. I could daily say that.
Wiping the mud away, the students dressed their best for the homecoming dance the following day. The senior court consisted of Diana Bennett, Dorothy Van Nest, Linda D. Campbell, Marge Valentine, and Virginia K. Bigger. Marge was crowned and became the first Davison queen to date. Dorothy Van Nest, who was up for the crown that year in 1959, says homecoming is the best time of the year, and it was an amazing experience being on the first court.
How they selected the court was that everybody got a ballot. So everyone voted for somebody, and I guess we voted for girls and guys. And then they just took so many, the top 5 or whatever it was. I know the car dealerships provided convertibles, and I rode in an Edsel. I remember that because it was an unusual car.
We all remember. We've all felt the intensity, seen the hype, and breathed the energy of homecoming. For one whole week, an entire city would give off a certain feeling that could never be replicated. It's a tradition of inviting alumni back to their hometown, a time for those to remember the time they spent within those walls, together, as a community. Community. The one word that identifies what homecoming is for Davison.
The community school district, Davison Community School District, is here to serve its community. We only exist because we have all these great kids, 5,600 of them, that attend our schools.
Well, any time that you have an event that brings a community together, you make people feel like they belong to that community.
The entirety of homecoming is more than just a game, more than just a dance. It's a lifeline to the community of Davison. It unites the class of 1990 to the class of 2015.
Let's go!
It brings together generations of grandparents, parents, and children of Davison in one huge week of celebration.
Seeing all of the community and the kids and the grandparents and the parents lining the streets is an amazing opportunity, and I feel privileged to be the superintendent of Davison Community Schools because it's really a neat event.
The entire community chips in, though, when the time rolls around.
I'm usually working, so I don't get to watch the game, but if I wasn't working or if I was on a different shift, I'd be at the game.
One of the things we really stand for and work towards all year is finding creative ways to serve the community. And this was kind of a no-brainer, It was kind of a much smaller scale that we did before, and then we got a call from the school wanting to grow it, make it a bigger community type event. So we consolidated all of our tailgates down into one event, and getting to join with all these other churches and groups and stuff to get to make a bunch of awesome free food and hand it out to people.
All graduates and current students have an undeniable passion for Davison and a living pride for everything that happens in Cardinal Country.
The spirit of Davison is just made for passion and pride for our community. I feel like there's so much pride, and I think that's where the spirit comes from.
In the end, it's the community that makes homecoming such a special event. For every big event, there always needs to be a build-up. In order to launch the hype, dancers, poms, cheerleaders, choirs, and almost every performer in the building gets a chance to show off their talents at the kickoff assembly.
My dreams won't stop until I find it. How many women have I showed being blinded by the fact that I'm a looker, took your girl right from beside you?
People asked me to. They were like, we've heard your music and we really want you to come up and do it. And I was like, okay, for sure. I want to get out there and have other people hear me. So it was cool. I really enjoyed it.
Alongside the performances are skits, jokes, and other shenanigans, all hosted by a male and female of the senior class.
I was given the choice by Miss Obb and Miss Long. They asked me if I'd like to be it. And I gladly agreed because this is such an awesome opportunity to do and be in front of this crowd and just get hyped.
No, only drink protein drinks. I'm trying to get big for Sim.
Yeah, we don't care.
Jokes aside, the assembly does have a true purpose, officially kicking off homecoming week and to introduce the homecoming king and queen candidates.
My biggest weakness, I would say, is Dylan Oliver. Being best friends with them just takes me from up here down to here every time.
Also every year, the school announces the Grand Marshal, and this year's Staff Marshal is the retired teacher, Mr. Desjarlis, an employee of Davison for over 40 years.
I know they had several nominees for each of them, probably for staff and for non-staff. The fact that I received a staff nomination, even though I'm not staff anymore, is surprising, and I really appreciate that.
The theme plays a huge role each year. They set the basis for the floats to be built by each class, and each day of Spirit Week revolves around this year's theme, The Wizard of Oz. Homecoming is a time where student council really makes an impact on what gets done. This dedicated group of leaders discusses all the festivities and how they'll become accomplished.
Right now what we're doing is we put on the dance, which is Saturday, October 4th. So we have the theme set up from last spring. We voted on it. So during the summer, we thought of ideas, for mainly decorations and getting the spirit dress-up days. So that's the other thing. We decide on which days, are going to be the best for students to dress up for kind of a fun, like a fun factor of Spirit Week.
This planning may look boring, but it's essential to the success of homecoming.
We're just trying to make sure that we have everything in order before Saturday morning because we want to have everyone on the same page. We all want to get out of there and make sure everything looks awesome. We're having everyone meet right now and in their groups and have a game plan for decoration. It's basically just making sure we have everything in order, everything bought beforehand, and making sure we have good things bought, not just dollar store ribbons and everything like that.
During homecoming, Davison also carries a tradition of Spirit Week. The week of homecoming, students and staff members are encouraged to dress up to match the theme every day of the week. This year, the theme is The Wizard of Oz. The film starts out black and white, so Davison started Spirit Week off with a black and white attire day. Tuesday became Kansas Farm Day, and students wore outfits consisting of flannel shirts paired with jean pants or overalls. On Wednesday, students wear their favorite jersey and show off what they love. All week, the Cardinal Shop has been selling class t-shirts based around the theme. Each class has their own design. The big day is Friday. Everyone wears maroon and gold to show their Cardinal pride. The maroon and gold shines at the stadium during the football game to support the team.
Will hand you some cash. Please come to the...
The theme also plays a major role in something else that the students run, float building. Major amounts of work go into each class's float that goes through the parade. It's a special feeling to see the float you've been working on go through the parade in front of hundreds of people.
And here we have the class of 2016.
I believe the theme of their float was the house that crushed.
Friday night football is the highlight of homecoming for most, but Wednesday night is the focus of the week for the ladies. Reversing roles, the ladies take the field and the guys are cheering on the sideline. Powder Puff is one of the most intense nights of the year in Davison. The toughest from the junior and senior classes converge on a football field to go head-to-head and prove that they rule the school.
Well, we have practices since beginning of August, and we had all the coaches from the football come. They taught us a bunch of plays. The girls worked really hard. We spent a lot of hours practicing on Collins Field at the middle school. Play your hardest, play clean, because no one likes dirty players. we leave it all on the field, whether you win or lose. Tonight's our last night to prove this.
Leading these girls from the sideline and onto the field are some of their fellow classmates. Guys from the junior and senior class volunteer to coach the ladies and guide them to victory.
We're definitely going to compete. I think we have a good chance at winning. I think the girls are pretty confident about our chances, and I think I am too.
The game is enjoyed by more than just those involved in the event.
We brought our two daughters and all their friends, and we have 7 people with us, and just came out for a night of football and watch our daughter play.
When halftime rolls around, the male cheerleaders get a chance to take the field. Their performances, however, are a little less traditional than normal cheerleading squads.
We did a lot of practicing. We worked really hard in every single practice, never horsed around. Just preparation, eating healthy, everything.
We've had lots of practices, just lots of time doing it. I feel like we're ready.
Don't be scared. They're trying to act big and tough, but I mean, just go out there and do you. If they do you, they got it.
Seniors just play their hardest and just do their best.
Stadium announcer Eric Chorley has seen more than most.
This is my 19th year here in Davison as a teacher, now a curriculum coordinator, and so as a first-year teacher, I was asked to do it, and must have done something right because they've asked me back ever since. I enjoy doing it so much. It's just one of those things you look forward to during homecoming week.
With the homecoming queen to be announced at Friday night's game, Mr. Congeniality and the homecoming king are brought into the spotlight at the Powder Puff game. This year, the candidates named Best Men were also best friends.
It feels great. I loved all the candidates. This court has been amazing. It's been a great week. I've been sleep deprived with no homework and just everything. It's been awesome. Words can't describe it right now.
I mean, we haven't been best friends for that long, but we're so close, and like you said, it's been surreal, and I mean, all the guys on the court are great guys, and it's been awesome being with all of them during this whole process.
In the end, the seniors show that they ruled the school. Holding a solid lead throughout the night, the upperclassmen took home the victory, 28-8.
It feels great because putting in the work, we got Chase Lynn, who's a rapper now, and he's been grinding. And then you got all of us, and we're sick. We are sick, and we just killed it tonight, all of us. So we're pretty excited.
All the work paid off. I'm so proud of all my teammates, and this is going to be a great year. We're off to a great start. I'm just loving it.
Davison, what's up?
Oh, I absolutely know the right team's going to win, the Davison Cardinals. As always, you betcha.
I believe that we will win. 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 I believe that we
I have to say, everything's my favorite part. We got the kickoff assembly, Powder Puff game, but if I had to choose this moment right now,
because this is our last homecoming as seniors, and I'm gonna miss it, but we're moving on.
It's the pep assembly. It's always the best.
Mostly because the kids are actually doing something where you don't get that in every week of normal school. So that's what I would say. My favorite part is this.
Go.
It's a little bittersweet, but I mean, I'm pumped. This is my last year. Make the most of it.
But before the big game, the community comes together for a celebration to show pride for our hometown.
I was very busy this week, and I have to give credit to most of my coworkers or co-friends and the parents because they did a great job, and it's 4 years of this.
Whether it's the young or the old, everyone gathers along the streets.
I heard it was coming, and I'm from Davison. I haven't lived here all my life, but a good part of it, and I loved Davison.
People come to the parade for many reasons, like to see Mr. and Miss Davison, or just to enjoy the sights and sounds.
This is a really dedicated and disciplined group of students, and we're actually finished with our show, and it's the first time we've actually had the whole show done at homecoming, so we're really excited to show it off tonight.
Although maroon and gold are the colors of choice along the parade route, none of this gets done without the boys in blue.
We normally use our entire complement of officers. I believe right now there are 8 or 9 city officers out here, and we also have help from the Railroad Police, Davison Township, Richfield Township, and I believe there's also some state police involved.
The parade takes the schools to the streets of Davison, and the show is always enjoyable.
What a better place to be than downtown Davison, supporting our Davison community and our Davison football program, as well as all of our Davison schools programs. I think every time our cards touch the field, whether they're playing football, playing basketball, cheering, dance, marching band, they're going to put in a great show and be very competitive, and I couldn't be more proud of our kids.
Being the homecoming queen is a dream that most girls aspire to make come true. Being the one crowned at the game and the center of attention for the entire school to see. Being the talk of the town for weeks to come. For many girls, the candidacy has been a shock to them all.
Usually girls like me do not get on this type of position, so it's just been very surprising to me.
I was very surprised. I was in business class with my favorite teacher, and I did not expect that at all, and it was amazing to that they wanted to nominate me for that.
Choosing a queen has become part of history at Davison. This tradition dates back years and is still alive today. The memories created on that night are strong enough to last a lifetime.
I think it's a very good thing for the community, and it shows a lot of school spirit, and it's just a very exciting thing for everyone.
It's just like a bunch of life and spirit for everybody to come together as a big family and just have fun, and just this is the best week of high school, so this is what we're going to remember most.
Before the queen, Miss Congeniality must be named. This year, Alexandria Gill holds that title.
This attention on me is not what I like at all, but I'm honored and just blessed that I'm able to do this.
The moment the week was leading up to, a Davison queen from a previous year comes back to crown the queen for the current year. When that moment arrived and the announcement was made,
Miss Kristina Button.
Kristina Button was named the 55th homecoming queen in Davison history.
It's so exciting. I'm so pumped right now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really pumped. When Dylan won, I got a little hint of it, but other than that, I had no idea. I didn't even expect to be on court.
We would also like to give a big thank you.
Team. The one word that united an entire group of people around one person. Remy Martin, a junior at Davison High School, lost his mother to ovarian cancer 4 days before the homecoming celebrations began.
Well, when I found out, it was heartbreaking, and it was I was devastated. I mean, I did everything with my mom since the day I was born, and it was only me and her together. I mean, because she was the only one in my life that actually raised me and took care of me.
Not only did the team show their true colors, but the school came out for Remy as well, with teal bandanas and clothing, the color for ovarian cancer.
When I first woke up on the morning of her death, I was crushed. Because we thought she was going to make it through. She was supposed to get released that week, and I was just crushed. But then all the texts I got me feeling like I have family here. They helped me through everything, and then they just kept bringing up my spirit until the fact that I still grieve, but they just helped me through so much that it just overcomes me. I mean, I'll cry about it every night. Yeah, I miss her a lot. It's really important to have support because you cannot get through something like this by yourself. People say tough people can get through a lot, and if it wasn't for my teammates and my friends and all the support that I've gotten from my family, I wouldn't have even came to school for this past week. I would not be at practice at all. I wouldn't have went to that game. But my support system is just so great that it fueled me to get back on the field and go right back to school and get at it.
It was Friday morning in Davison. The wind blew and the rain fell without mercy, but Davison knew game day would go on. Rising early, the community prepared for the action. As the streets were sectioned and the concession teams set up shop, The skies relaxed and the rain ceased, leaving behind a chilled but electric atmosphere. With kickoff just a few hours away, dedicated and loyal fans began pouring into Cardinal Stadium hours before. The turnout for the game was absolutely incredible. Seats were filled to the brim with spectators, and the student section had never felt such a weight.
It's the way it's supposed to be. The rain held off. It was a beautiful night, and we love packed stands.
Graduated players watched from the sideline, and past marching band members marched one last time.
It's weird. It's kind of like nostalgia coming back here, and it's kind of like it's kind of overwhelming. I love Davison. It's where I came from. It's what made me who I am today, so I will always stick with it.
I love being alumni from here. I miss it so much. It's a great school. I still love homecoming. It's still super exciting. I came home to march in the parade. I'm still very much a part of the community here.
The energy was tripled Friday night for the seniors. Keegan McQueen was there to lead the crowd.
I think we'll win. We're Davison made. We're going to win.
Over 2,000 people came expecting a game, and they definitely got more than they could have ever wished for. Both teams had an explosive start. Davison hit the ground running, putting up 6 on the opening kickoff. Bay City answers back immediately, getting 7 of their own. Unflinching, the Cardinals take the kickoff from the Warriors and run it back again. Halftime rolls around with a 21-all on the board.
I'm glad it's a kind of a close game because it keeps you involved, but I still want us to come on top. It's a great homecoming when we always win.
At the end of the fourth, the teams were neck and neck at 28-28. Overtime. Davison has the coin toss in their favor. Defending first, they managed to hold the line against Bay City. Sophomore quarterback Brendan McCrill knows it's time to deal the final blow. He takes the snap and punches straight through the line, putting the Cards up and ending the night 34-28.
They win in overtime here at homecoming. Oh, look at Coach out there in the middle of all that.
Cardinals bring home the win. Oh my goodness. I can't describe the feelings I just got. It was crazy to see our team. We had the momentum, the attitude, the crowd was feeling it. That team knew they were going to win that game, and they were determined, and I loved seeing it happen. I've never seen this crowd so packed, and I knew they were coming for one reason, to see Davison football win tonight.
It's a perfect way to end a great week. It's been a great week, and this is how you finish off a great week. So I'm really proud of the guys.
They kept fighting, we kept fighting, so we had to grind it out in overtime. And we knew once we got that stop, it was our game. Senior year, last homecoming ever, feels awesome.
Anytime you can get a win, especially at Cardinal Stadium, it's special. Especially for the kids, especially the way it happened. Couldn't be more proud of them, the way that they just keep fighting. And we couldn't stop them in the first half, and they just kept believing in what we were doing. And eventually, I don't know, I'll take a 10-yard fight with Davison kids any day of the week, because this is Davison. I mean, this is what they love. This is where they want to be on a Friday night, and I couldn't be more proud to be the football coach here.
After the excitement, homecoming week has finally come to a close. The feeling and spirit has passed, but has all but died. Next year, the rituals will be repeated. The energy will return, and the city will once again know the spirit of Davison.
What are you doing this Saturday night?
I am having a great time with my friends at Davison's homecoming.
Go Davison, right?
Okay, good.
Oh, it just bring back fond memories. That's my old girlfriend.
Hey, darling, what are you doing?
Let's go, baby! And what about you? What's your favorite part?
I like to watch when they walk in the parade.
Really?
Am I having fun at this dance? Yes, I am.
Because we get to show school spirit and everybody gets to go to the homecoming game.
Let's take it slow.
Here at Cardinal Stadium.
Is that MTV?